What I want to just be very clear about is, first of all, the issue of CBC. CBC has an integration aspect in it. Across the land, and I think many of us are differently endowed. When you talk about disabilities, we have learners who have the physical, the mental, and all forms. One of the aspects that CBC is supposed to address is to have a competence-based curriculum with an integration aspect in it, so that when you have students in particular areas, when they have maybe mobility disabilities, they need to be catered for. Mm-hmm. First of all, through the construction of rooms. I think you've seen most of our schools across the country now. One of the requirements, not even our schools, all the infrastructure facilities in the country, they are supposed to cater for the physically challenged. Two, for those who have problems of hearing, they need to have the hearing aid devices. For those who have mental problems, they also have assistance within those particular integrated schools. Maybe those who are actually seriously impaired are actually placed in special kind of centers. But if you are talking about mobile apps, it is very easy to have them across all schools in the country. Mm-hmm. Two, let me just go back a little bit about the issue of the uniform, the issue of different, the thinking of the child. That the child at first had thought that he's moving out of the school. Surely, that is exactly what we said earlier on, that the government needs to apologize on that. But all of us have had problems when we want to move from one point to another. Yet you cannot achieve those particular movement. This child will actually be taken through a psychological session. Okay. Be told now your grades are this, and I think the minister is supposed to release the KPSEA results. He had actually promised the country on 16th. Yeah. He will release them. After releasing those exams, the child will proceed to the next grade in the same school. It will be the same students. But the only difference is he's going to have a different course, the textbooks and everything will be different. Even the teaching and everything will be different. Two, this particular child, the issue of uniform is actually an impediment to education in this country. In fact, we need to move to a state where the uniforms should not be compulsory in schools, provided the child is tidy, is well dressed. I saw one of the schools that were asking parents 12,000 shillings for a pair of uniform. Assuming you are getting a parent from rural Mandera, rural Turkana, rural Vanga, or any other part of the country. Apart from school fees, the levies they are being asked is quite bad, and it is wrong. So we need to move from the time when we are having uniforms to a time when the child is tidy, well presented, and able to sit in class. And what does the uniform do? This kind of having a trouser, a short, a different kind of thing actually puts the child, even those who are not able to have those particular things, to even have a stigma that so-and-so is having a trouser, so-and-so is having this. Why don't we have one system where we do not charge? Okay. And actually it impedes parents from accessing education. And one of the parents was asking me, yes, I have the school fees. The school fees is 15,000 or 20,000. The school uniform is 12,000 per pair. So 2 pairs is how much?
24.
And the school fees is 20,000.
So more than even the school fees?
Yes. Okay. So it is wrong actually to have that.
But how possible is that, Mheshimiwa, in Kenya? You know, if you ask some of these children to come to school with whatever they have, the kind of things you will start seeing some of them walking in with. The other day there was this.
I do agree with you, but when we talk of a smart casual, do we wear a uniform?
No.
Do we? Even in your own house, your kids don't wear the same dress. Do they wear the same? Or you do have uniform in your homes?
There's the question on the standardization.
Yes, that's all.
Okay.
You standardize, have a good short, have a good shirt, have a good blouse, and that's all.
Okay.
Yes.